I don't know what happens with the mic. I mean, but the you see here, I think I don't know what happens to the mic, but nevertheless, now we are like looks like the mic is working. So, hello and welcome to this live stream. It's TMV, your friend, and so as I mentioned yesterday, the BUBOL, yesterday night we had a nice stream with the Woods, and where did I mention that there is a possibility we might not get any sort of a retracement, but this is still my plan on the Ethereum on the heart and time frame, guys. So the way it looks like, I think we have literally went over resistance. 1318 to 1320 is our strong resistance now, as I mentioned yesterday as well. I wanted to short it, but I just went without placing any sort of a limit orders. And why I did it, because this candle that we had, for our strong bearish candle that we had, like a big fat bear, this like a sort of a move that we are just watching right now. And clearly indicates that this was like bearish. I mean, it's like a bearish breaker for me, honestly, on the USD dominance. So now what is our plan, guys? What is our plan, and what is our next move for the Ethereum and Bitcoin? So now, as you guys know, that no move can be sustained if we just have a move like this just keeps on going up and up. It cannot be sustained for a longer period of time. So we have seen in the past, historically speaking. So if you look at such moves here, you got a nice move on the upside, and not sustain, as the whole move was just came down. Again, you got a nice impulsive move here, dumped. Similar kind of a move now we are getting over here as well. So only time will tell whether this move is going to sustain or not. But the waveforms that I have here is pretty much very clear to me, actually. And yesterday also I mentioned, it's very much clear, actually. This move that we are watching, this downside move, it has to have an upside move. Now this can be an upside move because it literally went close to the golden pocket zone around 20,400 bucks now. But having said that, what we are watching is, let's say this move is like some sort of A, B, and C, and let's say this is the top for something, and this move is like wave 1, 2 here, and gonna have the move downside. That's like a bearish scenario that we have here, because we are at a strong resistance. USD dominance is at a big support of equilibrium as well, so something you need to keep in mind. Now, looking to the Bitcoin, what you want on the lower time frame is a very bullish move if you're really expecting it, because we not only took the liquidity here, so that's like a big liquidity pool here. We took liquidity over here as well. Now the only liquidity that is pending here is the previous week highs. That's my primary target for Bitcoin. But do we really get those targets? Only time will tell. But right now, what I'm eyeing is the move. What move I'm eyeing, guys? Let's discuss about it. We already tested the 786 pips, which is of course a very strong move on the upside, guys. So basically, I think the 19,900, 20,100 is our strong resistance, as you guys know it. So whenever we get our move like this on the upside, and what you would want to see is a distributive pattern, and then probably a retracement towards the 18,950 to 19K levels, and from there, I would like to see, if this move is really bullish, we're going to do something like this. We won't be breaking 19K levels again, or 18.9K levels again. This level is going to hold then if it is bullish, and we're just going to have a big lag on the upside, and this move then probably going to go towards the 21.7, can even go to the September highs of 22.8. But 21.7 is very likely. But for the Bitcoin to do something like that, what you would want is, we are simply in a range right now. This is your range lows, and this is simply a range high. So just we are ranging right now. So do we get a nice impulsive move up here? We have a zigzag accumulation impulsive move, and we're gonna have a breakdown like this. The final breakdown is going to happen something like this. But before that, we expecting we go on the higher some time frame, the lower some time frame. I would like to see a similar sort of a move. So rejection from 19,900 to 20,177, and a dump towards 18,900, and then something like this would make more sense. And if you look at this similar kind of a move that we had in the past, and history repeats itself at some point of time, as we say, we have seen such sort of a big impulsive move over and over above. So you see the impulsive move right there, and you got it like a similar kind of a move, and then impulse, similar move, a dump, yes, just play the way it looks like, and these are the levels. Probably you're gonna get it for like another 10% move on the upside, not only for Bitcoin but also for Ethereum as well. So guys, this is exactly my plan for going forward on the Bitcoin, guys. Okay, so now I'm looking for a shorts. No, I'm not looking for a shorts, but we're looking for the dips. So if you look at the dip towards 18.9, I'm buying. 19K, I'm buyer. So you look for on the move on the downside. But how do we get the dips? As I mentioned, you want to see a distributive top. Now, what do you mean by the distributive top? The distributive top should look something like this. Let me show you, but let me just check it first if the live stream is going perfectly. And yeah, the current bit rate is blah blah shit. Okay, fine, I'll just adjust it accordingly, no problem. But for now, I think the live stream is going perfect. What do we expect? Look for buying the dips unless and until it's proven otherwise. This is the clear 5 waves that we are watching. I would like to see a small push up here, a dump again towards 19378, a small push up on the weekend, like a choppy move, and then probably do something like this toward the 18.9 the next week going forward, and then again moving forward like this to sweep the highs, come back down, reject, and accumulate, and then have a big move on the impulsive move on the upside towards 21.7, and can even go to 22.3 as well. I'm not denying the fact that it can't do, okay, it can't go. So yeah, something to keep in mind as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, so this is the structure you would want to see. If we start losing 18.9 again, you go short it, stop loss here, and you ride it till 16,622. That's how you should play. However, my biasness and the way the structure looks like, this looks more and more reality to me, actually. A very nice reality that I'm expecting. If you remember the hopium chart I posted, so right now it's a no trade zone for me. You don't long, you don't short, you just wait for the clear distributive top on the lower time frame. That's like M15. Now let's go to the M15 chart. So you look for the distributive top, and the distributive top should look something like this. That's your range highs, that's your range lows. So you would want to see something like this or higher highs, and that's probably gonna give it on over the weekend. Something like this. You take the liquidity over here, go to the primary demand zone over here to 18.9, pump it back up towards 20.5, come back down, take the liquidity, sweep it. October opens is going to be our big support, and then October pumps towards 21.7 to 22,000, closing October in green. November begins, dump, and then something like this is gonna happen. So I think the buy the dips will be around 19K levels, and clearly you can slightly front run your bids by $100, $200 if you're looking for if you're looking for building big positions, big swing positions. So this is how my plan is on the lower time frame on M15 and H1. Remember the levels. You don't want Bitcoin to again lose the levels of 18,947. That's these levels. Yeah, the whatever the levels we have, Monday lows and previous week lows. You don't want that levels to be you don't want that levels to go to be loosened. If it loses, the game is over. But for now, this is how I see total as well, the similar plan. What a nice bounce from the 0.14 Fibonacci levels. As you can see, 786 plus 0.14 is a very nice confluence always. Right now we are at a resistance. We can have one more push up to over the weekend at 9.16. Even today it can push up, and probably do something like this, just accumulate there and have a nice impulsive move upside. Just remember one more thing, guys. You already had a sweep. You are making lower lows. So the bullish narrative is not in till we don't get these highs. So this can be a regular expanded flat. You have A, B, and C. I mean, something like this makes more sense. And if you look at from the perspective of the harmonics and the patterns that we have here, some sort of a harmonic probably looks good is a 786 fib, which is going to be somewhere around in the zone of $1 trillion. So 1 trillion is our levels, what we are talking. Even if you are just want to buy bags, it's like 11% move from here itself. But better to wait for the retracement. The retracement would be we will most likely get around 880 billion. That's obviously very similar, very likely from like a 3.5% move on the downside. And that's where USD dominance starts having a bearish retest, because we are at the equilibrium over here. This is the range highs. You get an equilibrium retest, range highs, and then for the dump on the downside. I mean, this is how you see, and this is like looks exactly like a deviation, and this is like a deviation, unless it starts flipping this level again. then it means that BTC is going to lose 18.9. Remember, this level is 18.9, and for USD dominance, it's we just need a market structure break. The market structure break the upside, something like this we may clearly see on the Ethereum, guys. Dot reclaim of the range, and so far I'm just waiting. It's a big resistance again, so not gonna have much on the dot for now. Solana, let's have a look at the Solana, guys. Come on. Yeah, let's have a look at the Sol. We got a move on the downside. If you remember, the 886 fib, 28.4 is a very nice levels. In fact, this liquidity pool that I mentioned is a very important liquidity pool. I think few days back I mentioned. From there, we got a nice downside move on the Solana 27.3, and I mentioned from here I'm expecting a big bounce, and exactly we got the bounce. Even if you would have longed here, you would have a nice profit of 12%, and their stop losses would have been still under 26.7, which would have not hit. Now what I'm expecting on the Sol is the way the market, similar sort of a mentality I have for the Sol as well. The way I'm looking the market for what do you say for Ethereum and Bitcoin. So I'm expecting the golden pocket zone of 34.3 to be tested on the Sol as well. A very good thing about the Sol is this move clearly looks to me like some sort of a B, and C, or this is just a beginning of something. So practically this moves to me like, clear 5 waves, A, B, or maybe like, A, B, and this is like a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's like a bearish case that we have. Everything rejects again, and we start dumping heavily, and this is like a dead cat bounce. We start dumping. Then this is like a short opportunity. We just keep on dumping on the Sol. So right now we are at a resistance. I would not deny this is our strong resistance levels on the Sol as well. You want it to flip this and go up like this. However, the opportunity on the Sol will be somewhere around 30.02 to 30.5. So I would like to see something like this on the Sol. Accumulate there, accumulate. You don't buy on the first instance, let it bounce, accumulate, give an accumulation, and once you get an accumulation, you look for a longs with a tight stop loss under 28.4, and with the take profit target, something like this. But remember, this clearly move to me like A, B, and C for now. This is how I see. But why it has to do A, B, C? I'm not sure, because you have a 5 waves move on the upside. Clear A, B, C on the or 5 wave move on the upside. This clearly has 5 waves, another A, B, and C, and then A, B, and C. And I don't see this move as like a big irregular expanded flat. You can't say that this is irregular expanded flat, but rather what you can say is this can be a very nice 1, 2, 3, 4, one more big down, 5. This kind of possibility, and from there we can have a big move to the upside. So right now the way you want to play is levels. So it is a big resistance right now. Don't try and long it. Let it come down, retest, and bounce. Accumulate here. It's accumulating here, forming a range long, and you go for an upside. If it don't forms a range, we start losing the levels of $30. Don't try to long it. In fact, you start shorting it with a tight stop loss, and can have one more move on the downside. This is how I expect Solana to be. This is a possibility for the Sol actually. Similarly, as I mentioned, Ethereum and Bitcoin as well. If we do start losing the levels of 18.9 again, this is going to be very shit show. The whole bounce is going to retrace, like everything is going to retrace. And whosoever are building the long positions, they're going to get liquidated in a single slingshot, because the pump is happening without creating any sort of a base. There is no base. See, we have a small base. There is no base. So just want to see over the weekend a chop move, a distributive move, a dump like this, and a pump up like here, and then something like this. So over the weekend, I would like to short, but not now exactly. I would not like to short it right now. Let it have a distributive top, and that probably will short. If you're looking to longs, guys, just have a paddle on your break. Just have a break, because this is not the levels for you guys to long like everything. No, because total is at a resistance of 786, as I mentioned. Total 2 is at a resistance of equilibrium, as I mentioned. And I think Bitcoin, as well as a resistance, USDT dominance is at a support. So you just have to be slightly cautious of the fact that if you're really looking for longs, the longs can give you max 1% move, or maybe even 3%, but not more than that. So just ask yourself, you just want to risk your capital for a 3% move, or you just have to wait patiently for another 10% move. So you just have to wait it. Many people missed it. I took a nice long on the ETH at 1180, gave it over the live as well, but unfortunately booked quick profits. It's okay. I had never imagined that ETH would just go like this. But yesterday when we were having live with the Woods, as I mentioned, USD dominance is bearish. Bearish engulfing candle edge for form, and the 10% move is going to follow. And if you look at from the bearish engulfing candle, like here on the move, we already got like a 4% move. A 10% move would take the price towards the range lows. Yeah. So you know what happens is whenever we have to get like this move, you need a retest, and you're going to retest something like this. So you need the retest, and once you have a retest, it goes like this. A retest is what we require now. Okay, guys, that's a small update on my side. If you like to trade on Bybit, use my referral link. It's already mentioned, and I will then be joining the Discord live. We'll be talking more on about the scalps that we have, or we are going to take it today, and of course we're going to take some small scalps. And I already have few points in my mind. I'm going to discuss it on the Discord. Okay. So just going to connect in maybe hour or so after my lunch on the Discord. But this is my primary plan on the Bitcoin and Ethereum, guys. All your questions. Uh, well, the USD dominance chart is not an inverse chart of Bitcoin, but it's an inverse chart most likely of the overall crypto market. So, and I would say not exactly the inverse of the overall crypto market, because USD dominance also tells us that where the money is flowing. So the money is literally getting out of the market or inside the market. That doesn't mean that it exactly, or maybe it is just converted into some other form of currencies like USDC or any other coins. So USD dominance is not a inverse chart for Bitcoin. Okay, that's a complete false statement. Also, as I mentioned, you can say that it is like an inverse chart for the total, but again, it's not 100% concrete thing. I would say it is a possible, but not 100%, as a lot of other factors are there for the USD dominance, apart from the total as well. So yeah. Oh, FTM, we are holding FTM, guys. See, I mean, you don't have to panic for your spot bags. I mean, FTM closure on the daily, wow, amazing. I mean, who would have thought that we're gonna have a nice candle closure on the FTM? Look at the daily closure. The daily bulls literally closed above 0.205, and that's exactly the levels I mentioned. You close under 205, game over. We're gonna sell it. It never closed under. Amazing levels for FTM. And that's clearly indicating that we are going to hold our longs. Of course, now we're going to take profits, piece and bits. So now the target is not should be or should not be here, but most likely my target should be somewhere in the zone of these levels. So basically, what I would like to see on the FTM, you have a very nice pin bar candle on the FTM as well. You want to see this move, take its 25 cents, come back down, inverse head and shoulder, accumulate, and then have a nice move on the upside. Basically, you want to see something like this, and once we have a confirmation, it's going to do something like this. We're also going to open our leverage positions around 20.5 when we form a small range, and look for a break on the upside towards 28.7 to 29 cents. That's exactly what the FTM of a plan and idea is for now. So guys, that's all what I have for now, and thank you so much for joining, and I'll be connecting in Discord live stream in maybe hour or two after having my lunch. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.